Hello there, Star Wars fans. Today I want to take you through an epic comic story from the concept artists who helped create Revenge of the Sith. It's from a comic called Star Wars Visionaries and is now Legends, but a lot of the story that I'm going to show you today can still be viewed as canon in my opinion. A lot of it can definitely still stand, as we don't have much to change it, in current canon. For some background before we get started today, again, I really enjoyed this one. I'm really excited to cover it, but Sifo-Dyas was a Jedi master far before the Clone Wars that learned to see into the future, despite the Jedi believing that was kind of a bad power to use. Yoda especially did not believe in seeing into the future. But Sifo-Dyas, he learned it anyway, and in his future visions, Sifo-Dyas saw glimpses of war raging in the Republic, and so he took it upon himself to create a grand army for the Republic, which we later see the Jedi use. It's the Grand Clone Army. Sifo-Dyas kept this a secret, but the Sith actually ended up finding out, and as we now know, the Sith used this army as a way to take down the Republic from the inside. When the Sith found out, Count Dooku actually confronted Sifo-Dyas, saying that he should join the dark side, join Dooku, and when Sifo-Dyas refused, Dooku fought and killed him. Dooku then took his body and froze it, saving it for a special moment. That special moment helping to create General Grievous. And that's where we begin today's story of the creation of Grievous. So sit back and enjoy. It's a comic run called Star Wars Visionaries, all about the origin of Grievous. We start on the planet Kali. Our appeals have been ignored. It is now apparent that the Republic and the Jedi favor our enemy. General, you are our last hope against the Hook in this war. May the spirits of our ancestors watch over you and your troops. As long as this old thing holds together, we'll be okay. So this is basically Grievous's origin. It's him getting on a mission for his planet, for his people before he was turned. And before the Separatists, before Dooku ended up shooting him down and convincing him that it was the Republic and the Jedi, which is where we get into now. Grievous was flying the ship as it started to beep, and something took down the ship. All systems failure. I repeat. Stand by to eject, Grievous was told. Now! A Separatist leader approached. Did he survive? A droid replied, breathing but unconscious. Turn him over. And Dooku shocked him right there, saying that heartstun will wear off shortly. When he awakens, he will begin to die. Transport him to Geonosis at once. I must travel to Serenno for one other important piece of cargo. I have the Kalish, General. He was not conscious to witness his Jedi captor. In fact, he is completely unaware of what has transpired. You may begin preparations for your experiment, Dooku told the banking clan. Grievous awoke in a bacta tank. Am I dead? And the banking clan member replied, you are awake, my friend, and yes, very much alive. But your body has sustained nearly fatal wounds due to your accident. Who are... My apologies, I am San Hill, chairman of the Intergalactic Banking Clan, and judging from the cloak we found, you are a Kalish general, are you not? A very fortunate one, I might add. A banking clan frigate accidentally picked up your escape pod's emergency beacon in the Junhua Sea. Your crew was not so lucky, I'm afraid. But you, dear General, your mind and vital organs are safely in our care, here on Geonosis. Geonosis, Grievous replied. An honorable leader dies alongside his soldiers. I order you to bring me back to Kali. How touching, General. Do you really think the International Banking Clan would go through all this trouble only to let you die? You would not even survive a journey back to Kali, let alone another 4 hours here without a blood transfusion. However, as fate would have it, your accident is almost a blessing. You see, we have been funding a Geonosian bionic technology project, and you, great General, are the perfect candidate for our experiment. An experiment that will plunge you back into the heart of battle. What good is an amputee in the heart of battle? Grievous replied angrily. Therein lies the beauty of this technology. We can guarantee you a new self-sustaining body with appendages free of cumbersome life support systems. In fact, your new abilities may even surpass that of any Jedi. The sooner I return to exterminating Hook colonies, the sooner I can redeem your destiny is now beyond your futile wars with neighboring planets, Sandhill replied. After all, the Republic is really to blame for all of our galaxy's struggles. A confederacy of independent systems is in the making, and a great galactic war is inevitable. You, General, will command the largest droid army in history, and in return, the IBC will relieve Kali of its famine. After you help us introduce a new order into the galaxy, you will be free to return to your people as their greatest hero. Grievous replied, "Your new order is meaningless to me." And so, Sandhill turned up the Bacta tank, almost killing him. To die in a Bacta tank does not benefit a great warrior general, such as yourself. Shame, what would your ancestors think? And Grievous would then agree to it. Count Dooku, now on Geonosis, learned that it was all going well. Count Dooku, the general has willingly agreed to join our revolution, based on your... As I assumed he would, Dooku quickly replied. However, he is desperate for survival. I sense shallowness in his loyalty. Not until I am through with him will he know the meaning of hate. Keep him there until his brain drifts closer to death. Come now, for I have something for you as well. Relax, Archduke. I am sure you will find my trip to Sereno will be worth the wait, as Dooku opened a tank on his ship, revealing the body of Sifo-Dyas. How are we doing today, my old friend? Are you ready for your blood transfusion, Jedi Master Sifo-Dyas? Dooku asked him. Of course, Sifo-Dyas was dead, but his body frozen, his blood ready for a transfusion. It would go into Grievous, and Grievous would become the cyborg that we all know. Months later now, aboard a separatist cruiser orbiting Geonosis, Dooku approached Grievous after lots of training. This once belonged to an old friend of mine, and now it is yours as a reward for your impressive training. The Jedi shall fall to their own weapon. And Dooku gifted Grievous the lightsaber of Sifo-Dyas. No one has ever received a lightsaber as a gift, especially not a droid. A sign of gratitude would not be completely out of place at the moment, and Dooku walked away sensing the anger and the hatred in his mind. Then Dooku went to talk to his master, Darth Sidious. Master, the experiment has exceeded my expectations. His honor and nobility have been eclipsed by cold vengeance and unparalleled rage. Beneath the nearly indestructible shell lives the strategic mind of a general. Yes, I can feel it, replied Sidious, as Grievous ignited the blue saber. He feels no remorse, said Dooku. The droids around Grievous protecting him started to really freak out, not sure what was happening. And he fears no consequence. Grievous began cutting down, destroying all of the droids around him. One might say he is no longer even alive. And I must note, while the mind subjugation was successful in erasing any humanity he once had, he is still plagued with vanity. I have noticed a number of custom modifications to his faceplate and armor. I shall therefore keep a close eye on his progress. Grievous finished cutting down the droids. Yes, be mindful of any problems this experiment may breed, Sidious replied. This bionic technology may prove to be a useful tool for the dark side in the years to come. And Grievous, after destroying the droids around him, angrily yelled, I am not a droid. I am General Grievous. And that's where our story ends today. Once again, it is legends, as we know Sifo-Dyas' lightsaber was actually found in the Clone Wars by Plo Koon, as they were searching for Sifo-Dyas, basically. But still an awesome story, still we could see this as how Grievous was created until we get more in canon. To me, this is awesome. The blood and just body of Sifo-Dyas being used to transfuse blood into Grievous, helping to create him. Super cool. Let me know if you enjoyed this type of video. It was my first comic video, so hope you enjoyed. Do let me know. Please leave a like, and I will see you in the next video. Have a good one, everybody.